Yo, what's up, guys? It's Matt, aka GamerBro, here with Hylian for the long-awaited Booster Course Pass tier list video. It's sorry this was so late. We had stuff happen. Jaden Slime won't be joining us because he's life going on, whatever. But we are here to at least do it because we want to get the video done. And if you'd like to join in the future, possibly be a guest in a future episode, join the Discord in the description. You can join us for Mario Kart or whatever other topics you might like. All right. Anyways, first up, Tour Paris Promenade. Oh yeah, sorry.
It's the Golden Dash Cup.
Yep.
Wow.
Or as I call it for short, just the Dash Cup, because they broke the trend of every cup having a one-word name.
Yep.
Actually,
I mean, I don't really have a lot to say about Paris. Like, it's a good track.
I'm gonna move mine up before I say my ranking. I just realized I actually
You're all
like
good.
it a bit more than I thought.
So it's pretty basic for a tour track. I think it doesn't do anything bad. I think it's pretty tame, pretty easy to start out with. I put it in my B tier.
Oh, and discretion warning, there's going to be probably a lot of tour bias coming from me, everyone watching, so if you don't like it, because I love these tracks. I originally had it in B, but after thinking about it, I actually put it in A, because even though it's simple, I love that the first two are the same, and then it only changes on the third lap. It's still the only tour track to do that. So I'm fine putting
it in A.
Yeah. It's one of those ones now I think is still pretty popular despite it being the first track. And its simplicity is...
It's simple, it's pretty to look at.
Yeah, the music is nice. It's simple because it was one of Tour's earliest ones, but the way they made it work in this game was perfect.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. Let's go with A.
Oh boy. Next up, the controversial track of the whole DLC, 3DS Toad Circuit.
I'm gonna let you go first because I know you're gonna have nicer things to say about this than I will.
So here's the weird thing too, is I always liked Toad Circuit, but lately in the Boost Course Pass, I've had so much fun with it. I don't know what it is, but every time I race on it, I just have I kind of smile a little bit. It's just fun. I don't know. Despite that, I still kind of kept it where I usually put starter tracks on the tier list in B, but it's literally top of B. It's really fun. I think it's great.
This is in my bottom 4 for the entire Booster Course Pass. This track is boring. It's a nothing burger. It doesn't do anything bad. It doesn't do anything good either. The only memorable part is the glider section over the top, and that's it. It's a harmless track. It's technically not a bad track, but it does absolutely nothing. At least the tracks I don't like make me feel something. This one I feel nothing about. So I'm if it has to be...
Even the ones below it make you feel something still?
Oh, they make me feel angry.
So those ones are more just they make you angry. They're not necessarily that they're bad.
Oh yeah, there's 3 below this one that we will get to, one a lot sooner than the others. But
you're just at least Toad Circuit doesn't make me angry.
If it gets picked online, I'm just okay, this is gonna be a boring next 3 minutes. But I don't complain. I play it. So I'm if it will balance out and see, I'm assuming, so I'm fine with that.
It's weird too, because I probably would have put it lower too, but in the recent years, after all the tracks releasing too, every time I played I'm why is this just so enjoyable?
But see, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at every single track that came with this DLC, and all of these bring joy. They're fun. They're creative. And then there's just Toad Circuit.
To be honest, I think they want to do it because they wanted to have a starter track anyway, but I also think they picked this one because it's essentially Tour's starter track as well. It's literally the first track you do.
It makes sense.
If you're gonna have a Tour-themed DLC, you gotta have the first track you ever play in Tour. The tutorials on this track.
I have to complain about it just because I have to complain about it.
Fair.
If they made the grass a little prettier.
I was gonna say graphics. I don't think should be a factor in that because we know how
No.
controversial that
Yeah,
is, and it's
no.
about the gameplay, not the graphics. But
Yeah.
to be fair, I think it's because it was done by a smaller team, and when the Wave One came out, they kind of like weren't in the groove yet, and then it got better as it went. So it's whatever.
It
But
could have been worse. It could have been Figure Eight Circus from DS.
which still, for some reason, was not in Mario Kart 8. I'm just saying. If you were gonna bring it
Yeah.
back, that would have been like the perfect time. I kind of hope
Oh, we'll get
it's
it.
the first.
We'll get it
I
one of
kind of
these
hope it's the first
days.
retro of Mario Kart 10. I'll be honest. I think it'd be
Oh,
cool to see it come back. It's
I
going to
don't
at
want to
some
see.
point. It's going to come
I
back at some point.
know. I
That's
don't.
inevitable.
But I'm gonna complain when it does.
Who knows? Maybe they'll make
I,
it good.
we'll see.
What if they gave it? What if they gave it Mario Kart 8 Mario Circuit treatment,
If they
like anti
really
gravity
change the,
twisty? Eh.
if they do that, then great. I love it. Otherwise, it's again, it's just nothing to me.
We got another circuit from DS instead, though, which is better. So anyway, so that works out.
Agreed.
Anyways, yeah, Toad Circuit B. I mean, to be fair, you're more generous to it than most people are. Most people say #1 worst track. Putting it at
It's the number
fourth
4 worst track.
worst is pretty generous still compared to most people. So
Just to give a little hint, I've got a Wave 1 track, a Wave 2 track, and a Wave 5 track in my bottom below
oh
it.
wow, so every wave has almost every wave has a dud in there.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but they all can't be winners.
Okay, next up, N64 Choco Mountain.
I like
I
this one.
put this in B as well.
Same.
Yeah, kind of like it's kind of like average. I get like it's not like a hard course. It's not easy, but it's nice. And the remake, which is the Tour remake, is so good. I love that it's not just a tiny little tunnel. It's like an actual cave you go through now.
See, and the
I
thing is, and
love that.
I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna make no sense given how highly I rated it. I forget this one's in the game
No,
constantly.
no, I do too sometimes, but I think it's just because of how many other amazing tracks are in the DLC that
Exactly.
it overshadows Choco Mountain, which is
Like
kind of
it'll
sad.
pop up
But
sometimes, and I'm just like, oh yeah, cool. I can't wait to play that one. I forgot it was in the
I
game.
love
Nice.
the remix they did for this, though. Oh my gosh.
So good.
Yeah, we only got two N64 tracks, but they picked two of the best possible ones, so this was a good
True.
one. I remember everyone freaking out when they saw how Tor remade the track, and it feels like a whole. It literally feels like if Mario Kart 8 remade it. Like that's the thing.
Honestly.
Some of them literally were like, no, these were the Tor remakes, but they felt like Mario Kart 8 remakes.
Yeah. And some tracks did it better than others. I think overall, the Booster
Yeah.
Course Pass did pretty well in terms of making these tour tracks actually play well in 8. There's a couple that I think are a little bit wonky,
Yeah.
but
To be fair, I think that was just like that was the best way they could implement them. So I was like, but I do think future games
right.
when they come back, they can actually like full on remake them instead of just like basically
For sure.
combine them. Speaking of ones that feel like Mario Kart 8 remakes, Wii Coconut Mall. Oh, the fan favorite, the classic.
I'm gonna let you lead this because I want to see where you stand on this track before
And
I speak.
also basically the music they used for the first trailer because they knew that it was a fan favorite. I have it
Yep.
in A. I have it in A.
I have it in
Kind of
double S.
upper. Oh, whoa. Okay. So many
This is
people, I
my
will say, so many people give the Booster Course Pass version of this course so much hate. But I'll let you like say your thing first. But I have my like I don't understand the hate.
it's not my favorite version of the track. Like
That's
I will
fair.
always
I
be
can understand that.
nostalgic for the cars going forward and backward in the parking lot.
Which
But
Tor
it
did, which
really
people found funny.
yeah. But it's like sure you can complain about the escalators not being like they were. The course is
To be
so
fair,
pretty.
that's on 7 though. The escalators having arrows. 7
I
started
know.
that, so Tor
But
just
like
continued
just
it.
the vibe of the track is
It's
immaculate. The
so
design is
good.
great. This is like the first time it really feels like you're driving in a mall
Yes,
rather than
I
just like an
agree.
open build.
I that's one
And
thing I always say. The Wii one, people always say the Wii one looked better, but I'm like, it just
Eh,
looks washed out nowadays. I love the color
yeah,
in this one because Coconut Mall is supposed to be tropical. It looks tropical, like you're on a beachside
exactly.
mall, probably set off the coast of Isle Delfino somewhere. Like,
Exactly.
which the
But
Mario
no,
Wiki even says based on Mario Sunshine. So I
yeah.
guess it kind
So
of
no, it's
is.
like Coconut Mall is my favorite track in the series, so I am 100%
Oh,
biased on my placement on this, which is why I put it double S. Like, there's not much they can do in a revision of this track that's gonna make it not my favorite.
honestly, I'll be honest, I prefer the cars doing donuts now. I kind of like that more
I don't
because
mind it.
them going back and forth, it's like, okay, you can kind of predict it, but the don't I still will get hit by those because I'll be driving by them and then they're the
But that's the thing. It was funny when they were the Mii's in the car. When it's just random
that
toads or whatever they
that's
are, it's
fair.
not as fun.
Shy Guys.
Yeah, so it's
I
like
think if they wanted to bring it back again, just keep it like the Booster Cars past one, make them go back and forth, add that third car, put the Mii's in the cars, and then
yes.
make them do donuts. So it's like a mix of best of both
Yeah.
worlds type of thing. Because personally, I find
But
that
I'm also
better.
but I'm not gonna be the one that asking for it in Mario Kart 10 because it's been in the last
Yeah.
3 straight games. It's
If
gonna
it
get
if
a
it
break.
comes back again next game, it'd be DLC because that's usually what they save the DLC for.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll bring it back as a second time or a third time or whatever.
And that just depends on how long they support the game for after launch, which that's a whole other discussion.
Hopefully, well, I mean, it is like probably their biggest franchise, so they'll probably
Oh,
give it.
100%.
It'll at least get some DLC, at least a little bit.
I hope
Although
they'll
they
take
should,
care of it for a lot of the generation,
although
but
they
we'll see.
should do what Tor did and just do like updates every 2 weeks. That would be, oh,
That would be
that'd be
cool.
such cool way to do it. Also, another criticism I have, I don't like that they swapped the glide ramp and the boost ramp from the 7 and Tour version because in 7 and Tour, the boost ramp is on the bottom path, the boost ramp is on the top. Like
Mhm.
you have to go on the bottom one, and it's weird because the
I
glide
forgot
ramp,
about that.
like you glide, but the turn it like is weird, like because you're gonna hit the
Yeah.
turn unless you land sooner. You have to kind of hold your glider down.
Yeah, it's a little
Unless you do that
awkward.
one shortcut, where you go over the little parking gate, you like hold back on the
Mhm.
glider and you go toward the corner of the parking gate. So whenever I go on the glider,
Yep,
I just do that because I'm like, at least I can land. I don't know
that's
why they
true.
swapped it. It worked better at the bottom because you can just
They're probably being
you glide.
experimental, thought it yeah,
True,
who
but it
knows?
unless they extended that part of the road out more, I think it feels weird. But
Yeah. So I'm
all right,
assuming it's gonna land S tier. You have A, I
yeah,
have double S.
yep.
I can live with that.
I,
Okay.
yeah, right in the middle, right in the middle. I think is good. Yeah, and honestly,
Yeah,
if any track's gonna get our first S, it's this
it
one.
has to be. It's fair.
So so far we have Coconut Mall, double S, nothing yet. S, Coconut Mall. Did we have anything in A? We have Paris
Uh,
Promenades in A. Uh,
yes.
and then Choco Mountain and Toad Circuit in B. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Overall decent first cup. Also,
Yeah, it was
I know another reason people that hate Toad Circuit is because it's the second course of the cup. I think
it just
it's only because they want to have all the cities first, but
yeah. Yeah,
it's
it
kind of
just
funny.
it felt weird just to have it there, but I think people are expecting like banger after banger rather than a couple
Yeah.
of just lighter courses there here and there.
I think a good DLC is one that balances out stuff like that. Like you get
Yeah,
some block courses and you get some like fan favorites, which this DLC pretty much did.
exactly. They can't
Okay,
all be fan favorites for
yeah,
better or worse.
that's kind of my reasoning on like Airship Fortress not being there, which we'll get to later. But like,
Yeah.
you know, Tokyo Lucky Cat Cup, or as Cat Cup as I just call for short, or Tokyo Blur. See, this one makes sense to start the cup. This one is the simplest course in the cup, so this one makes sense.
This is this is the worst course in the DLC.
Oh,
This is my
really?
least favorite. This is my least favorite track.
Oh,
It
dang!
breaks my heart because I
More
love
than Toad
Tokyo
Circuit.
as a city. Oh yeah, no. It's
Wow.
just
Well,
it's
to be fair,
forgettable. The layout is just so unmemorable.
it was Tor's second ever track, and actually, according to data mines, it was actually the first one they developed, even before New York Minute. They released New York Minute
And it
first,
makes
but they
sense.
developed Tokyo first.
For me, this track feels like I'm not in Tokyo. It's like, yeah, there's a couple of like things around. It feels like I'm just driving on a highway.
I've heard people say,
Like
and maybe they'll do this next time. That next time they bring it back, they should make it nighttime and have like lights everywhere.
that would be so cool.
Even if the
Modify
layout
the
is still
track to give
simple.
us some more Japan themed stuff. Like I don't know how to do that, but like it just
Thankfully,
doesn't
there's
feel
another
like I'm
cup.
in
There's
Japan.
another course in this cup that does have that sort of thing going. So we'll get there. But yeah,
Yes.
I honestly,
But what do you think?
they're not opposed to changing time of day because they've done it with some remakes before. So maybe next time it comes back, they can make it nighttime and bright lights. Put like a Moonview Highway on it. Even if the layout is simple, I think
That'd be
people would just
nice.
like that more.
Yeah,
Tokyo
it'd be a little
Blur,
bit of it'd
granted,
be a fix.
it is my second lowest track, but I only went down to C. So actually, I forgot to mention that I only went down to C because there's not a track I actually think is even D worthy. But I put it
That's fair.
in C.
I'm
I only have
I'm fine
two
leaving it in
tracks in
C.
C. I have two tracks
I
in
have a
C.
I have a feeling that's we're not tracks down there, so I feel very confident leaving it down there.
Oh, I can't wait till I get to my other C tier because I think it's going to be a really controversial one. But also Tokyo Blur, I forgot to mention, it literally is Tour Circuit Track because the Japanese name, aka the original name, is literally just Tokyo Circuit. I mean, Tour needed
Yeah.
a circuit track, I guess. So
Yeah,
this was meant
that
to be
makes
the.
sense.
Speaking of which, by the way, I love that they did incorporate the Toad Circuit theme into it and the music.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's like one part
No,
it
I
goes
had no idea.
do 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 do
Yeah.
do do do.
I
Oh,
think that just
also
shows how little I play on that track though.
Also, best lap is lap 3. Going on the little highway part is amazing because there's so many the walls, the shells bouncing everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that is like
And that's
the
the thing,
lap
that's the
that'll
best
mess you
part.
up.
But it
Yeah,
feels like I've been driving on a highway the entire track. This is just the only official one.
the lap that lap is literally the lap that can make or break the entire race for you. uh,
Honestly.
you can go from like first to like sixth in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Um, so C,
Yeah, that sounds good.
our first C tier. Who know? Maybe it'll be our only one. Who knows? Next up,
No.
our first. Well, I guess besides Toad Circuit, in the tour tracks, our first pre Mario Kart 7 track that has been remade and for the first time ever, DS from Ridge. And I say that because it actually was in this game before it came to tour. So first
Yep.
time it was actually remade.
This track is good. Like I didn't expect it
Yes.
to really leave a good impression on me when it first was announced because I did not have many good memories with it just because I don't love DS.
I barely played
Um,
DS, so I didn't even remember it. I was like, what? I knew what it
but
was,
no,
but
it feels really fun. I'll make this. I'm sure this will come up later. I prefer this one to Moonview Highway because
fair.
like they actually
I've seen that.
they handle the traffic better in this one.
I've
For
heard that, yeah.
so for that
That's a
reason,
common
I did
criticism.
put it very strongly in A.
Ooh, was that still pretty good?
Eh,
I see, I'm the opposite. I prefer Moonview, but I did put this in B just because like I don't know. There's other tracks I still prefer, but it is still good. Also, other than Coconut Mall, best remix in Wave One.
Oh yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
oh my gosh. I get chills every time I hear it and I barely remember it from DS. Like I don't even remember this track and I like every time I hear it I'm like, holy.
You have like nostalgia for it that you shouldn't even have.
Yeah, it's weird. That happened with DS Mario Circuit too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was like, what the heck? This music, man. It's
Yeah,
so yeah. B tier. Also, I think it was good to put this in here because you also show people, oh, we're not just bringing back other ones. We're bringing back ones you've never seen before.
yeah. I'm cool
And the
with B
cool
tier.
and the
I think A for a DS track is. I mean, there's another DS track I think is more fitting for A or above.
I I'll never forget the reactions people had though. At first, everyone was like, "Really? You're gonna bring back Shroom Ridge?" And then after the DLC release, someone's like, "Oh my god, this track is awesome!" I
Yeah. Well, I
was
mean,
like,
to be fair, Wave One wasn't really received well when it first came out. Like it really was
"Yeah,
Coconut Mall, Shroom Ridge, and
like
Choco Mountain, and like
Ninja
and
Hideaway
Ninja
too."
Hideaway. Yeah.
Those were like, I think that's why they threw like Ninja Hideaway in there too. They were like, I think Ninja Hideaway was like the, by the way, Tor has good tracks. They're like, by the
Yeah,
way, no,
exactly.
don't use Paris and Tokyo as an example of the whole game. Next up, which speaking of placements, I find it funny that this is actually after Shroom Ridge because personally I would have swapped them in terms of difficulty. But next up is GBA Sky
Yeah.
Garden, another controversial one. Oh boy.
That's the thing. It's like Sky Garden doesn't really do anything offensive outside of just really make the layout more basic.
I
But I don't
can't
know.
lie, it's a bit overhated. Like I think personally, I think I slightly prefer this layout more. I'm not even gonna lie. The way it is, for me, I forgot what video I was watching where someone said it, but they basically said, I don't care how much they change the layout, as long as the remake is like for GBA tracks, it's like
Yeah.
as long as the remake is really good, you can change the layout up all you want.
Like it does feel a bit more basic than the original one. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
It
That
might
being
be
said,
coming.
I still put it in C tier.
It's probably because it came out of Tor, so Tor probably had to simplify it for the way the game worked. I guarantee if the next one came back, they would do like a mix of this one and like the DS remake.
Yeah,
Elevate it, but then keep the layout. Also, the shortcuts are not gone, they're just redesigned. The first
that's
one
true.
is our leaves now, and then the second one, instead of cutting across the cloud, well, you cut across the clouds, but it's a donut cut now. They're still there, they
Yeah,
look different. Also,
that's
Shroom
true.
Ridge and Sky Garden, both very Mario Kart 8 style remakes. Um,
Yeah, very
wait, where'd
true.
you say? I said B, and you said A
I had it in C.
or C. Hmm.
It's one I'm fine that can live in B tier.
I
Like
feel like it, yeah.
I don't want to put it next to Tokyo Blur right now.
I think it. I was gonna say I like it better than Tokyo, so I think it
Oh, I
deserves to
like it
go a little
so much
higher.
better than
Yeah.
Tokyo. Yeah.
Another one where also the remix blew my mind. Oh, hello. We
We're
were just
almost
about to
done with
go
Lucky
into
Cap.
we were about to go in right into Ninja Hideaway. So far it's S in or no, nothing in double S. We have Coconut Mall in S. We have oh S A B C D. Mm-hmm.
Second
We're
wave. I
finishing up.
promise the
We're
second wave.
finishing up Lucky Cat. Lucky Cat. Yeah. So Paris is in A. Toad is in B. I think we put in B. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Choco Mountain is in B. Wait, actually, Devin, should we put it? I would say above Toad Circuit for Choco.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
above Toad Circuit and B. And then what track is it? Oh, Coconut Mall's S, because of course. And then we have Tokyo Blur in C. Shroom Ridge in. Do we put that in B?
Did we put it in B? I think we put it in B.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because you said you want to put an A, but there's another one that deserves it more. Yeah, and then Sky Garden is
Yeah.
also B. Where would Sky Garden go? Would you put it below Toad Circuit, above, or between both, or above both Toad and Choco?
I would put it above Toad, below Choco.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, middle, in between, and then we're about to do Ninja Hideaway. So. Mm-hmm. I recapped
Yeah, we
after.
have.
Trying to remember. I should. No, I mean when I was recapping, I had to remember. I was like, we had a Coconut Mall in S. Yeah, now that you're here. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You're good.
And he's gone.
all right. Next up, for Ninja Hideaway, even though the game likes to falsely trick us into thinking it's not, but I'm gonna refer to them as Tor Ninja Hideaway anyway because it was made for and from Tor.
Yeah.
The big surprise of Wave 1, as I say.
I feel like I know
Oh,
it's hmm,
okay.
okay. It's
Yeah, the
fun.
Paper Marios.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
So
Ninja Hideaway.
I'm gonna be controversial on this one.
Oh boy.
I don't I, I this track is fine. Like it doesn't leave much of an impression on me. Like it's a very well designed track. I'm not gonna like throw this in C or anything, so don't act like I'm gonna hate on it.
What worst track in the game?
But like this track, I see pop up at like didn't Shea Frillis put this at number 1 on his like top like every single track
Pretty
in Mario Kart
close.
8ers? Like I think he was like really close, if not the number 1. I'm like be in my like top 50 in the game. But that being
That's
said,
fair.
I did throw it in B. Like the track is fine. It's very pretty. The layout's very different, very
It
unique.
it doesn't feel like it belongs in wave one, which is a funny thing about it. Like I feel
Yeah.
this, and I'm like, this should be like a wave 5 or 6 track with how difficult it is. like
Honestly though, yeah.
like
I
I would
think
have
Sky
thought
High should have
expected.
been wave 1.
I was about to say, I was like, I feel like they would have at least put Sky High Sunday there because it's simpler. But also, I think it's because it would have been in 8 Deluxe like 5 whole months before it was in tour. So I think they put it in wave 2 so
Yeah,
it lines up a little closer. But yeah, no,
exactly.
it is kind of funny though. I would have at least expected Sky High Sunday here, but
I just assume it
yeah,
wasn't
no,
ready yet.
I have it in A, right above Coconut Mall, actually, funnily enough, because I love this track still. It used to be my like favorite original course and tour until they started like going crazy with some of the later ones. So it's like pushed down, but I love this
And
track. I love the Shy Guys and how they disappear and there's like a banana for you to hit in the road and the
I'm
multiple paths, by the way. That is like one of the coolest things ever. I
I'm
love that.
fine putting it in A, but I'd personally put it below Paris, but I get it's better than Paris.
Hmm.
Like I'm not gonna be too picky wherever we decide to put it.
my my heart wants to put it above, but I mean, I guess yeah, okay, we'll put it above.
Okay.
Just for the fact that it was also like the track that kind of made people be like, wait, this is a tour track.
Yeah,
It made people
exactly.
question
Wait, the
their all
mobile
their
game can put out
ideas.
good tracks.
I know. Also, funny story about this. I'll keep it brief. I remember like not even that long before Canada Tour, like maybe a year before, I said, "Man, I'd really love a Ninja Dojo course to be in Mario Kart one day." And then like only a few months later, here comes Tour revealing
There
Ninja
you
Hideaway. I
go.
was like, "Thank you, Nintendo. They heard me." I was like, "Well," and it's one of the best tracks, one of my favorite tracks in the game. So I was happy.
All
A
right.
lot of
There
people
you
say
go.
missed opportunity though to call it Ninja Hideaway and have the Shy Guys be ninjas, but who knows?
That'd be
Maybe in the future. Maybe they
All
can
right.
change the Shy Guys to ninjas.
Just a
All
recap.
right. Coconut Mall. In S tier is Coconut Mall.
S tier is Coconut Mall. A tier Ninja Hideaway, Paris Promenade. B tier Choco Mountain, Sky Garden, Toad Circuit, Shroom Ridge, and C Tokyo Blur.
Yep.
Yep.